Why I left India for China. Leaving home is never easy, but for me, the decision to leave was not just about leaving a country, it was about finding a place that truly felt like the right fit. So, why did I leave the India for China? Let me take you on that journey. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I am going to share a big personal story with you why I left the India for China. It's been a journey that's totally changed my life, and I thought I would take you through the reason why I left, why I made such a big move. Trust me, it was not an easy decision, but it was one of the best decisions I have ever made. Let's dive right in. I grew up in India surrounded by family, friends, and a culture that shaped me into who I am today. The food, the festival, the sense of community, it was home. It was a place where the life was always busy yet deeply meaningful, but somewhere along the way I began to feel like something was missing. I always thought that my future was going to be there. As you get older, you start asking yourself some deeper questions, and for me that question was, is this really the life I want to live? I think a lot of people experience this at some point, especially when you feel you are in beat of rut. You start questioning your choices, wondering if there's something out there that could bring more excitement, more challenges, and more opportunities. And that's where China came in. I know you are thinking, why China? The two countries have had their differences politically and historically, but for me it was about the opportunity. China was booming not just economically, but in terms of technology, innovation, and entrepreneurship, and I wanted to be part of that. Now, let me be clear, I was not one of those people who has been obsessed with China my whole life. I did not even speak the language when I first arrived, but I was curious. I wanted to understand more about this massive, diverse country that was shaping so much of the world future. China is not perfect, but better. China is not what you think it is. Yes, it's different. Yes, it's challenge, but different does not mean worse. India is a place like no other. Colorful, loud, full of life. It's a country where family is center of everything. On the surface, everything seemed perfect. I had a solid career, an amazing network of friends, and a sense of belonging. But somewhere deep down, I started to felt like there were no new challenges, no opportunity to grow beyond what I already knew. It was not just about work, it was about life. I wanted to see the world differently. Don't get me wrong, India has so much to offer and I always love it, but there came a point where I realized I was not growing as much as I wanted to. I was stuck in a comfort zone and I needed a change. And let's be honest, China is on different level when it comes to growth, innovation, and opportunity. I have always heard about China's economic boom and its rise as global economic superpower. The culture, the people, the lifestyle, it all felt so dynamic. And honestly, there was a sense of freedom here that I had not really experienced back in India. I felt like I was a part of system and not much room to move around. But here I found myself more creative, more engaged, and more motivated to push myself. From the language to the culture, everything was so different. The first few months language barrier was tough, and there were days when I completely feel lost. There were cultural misunderstandings, small frustrations, and the moment where I just wanted to give up and go home. But despite of all these challenges, China has been an incredible teacher. I learned how to adapt quickly, how to navigate through unfamiliar situations, and how to build new relationships from scratch. Sure, it was hard at first, but those struggles made me stronger. They pushed me to learn faster and think differently, and there were unexpected joys. I fell in love with Chinese food. The people here are incredibly warm and open, and despite of differences, there's a universal sense of hospitality that made me feel at home. Another big factor is work opportunity. The job market in China is nothing like I have ever seen. There are so many industries going fast, like technology, education, tourism, and so much more. For me, the potential for career growth here is huge, and because I was not just looking at China as a tourist destination, but as a place to build something, and I decided to take a leap. I'm not going to pretend saying that everything has been easy. There were definitely challenges, but that's a part what makes this journey so rewarding. You grow when you push yourself, and the China has been a kind of challenge for me. I have met amazing people here and gained new perspective of life, where everything is constantly changing, evolving. That makes you feel alive. One of the biggest surprise for me has been is international community here. I have met people from all over the world: Europe, America, Australia, of course China. It's been amazing to connect with people who are also living outside of their comfort zones. We share our stories, our challenges, and together we create a community that feels like a family. India is a country full of rich history and culture, but there are aspects of life that sometimes hold you back. I am talking about constant pressure of overcrowded cities, limited infrastructure, and the frustration of system that often feels stuck in place. Take infrastructure for an example. In many parts of India, traffic is a nightmare. You can spend hours stuck in jam and the public transport system. While there are measures to improve this, but still there's a long way to go. In contrast, cities in China like Beijing, Shanghai are designed for efficiency. Public transports are very well managed. Public transport system is fast, clean, and well connected. The metros here run on time and travel is far less stressful. Another thing that really stood out to me was cleanliness and organization. Streets are super clean, trash is picked up regularly, and there's a general respect for public spaces that I did not always see back home. It makes everyday life so much more pleasant. Let's talk about the quality of life here. In India, living condition can vary dramatically. In many places, standard of living can be very low, but in China, particularly in major city, there's a different level of comfort and convenience. I'm talking about the things like affordable modern housing, clean street, and general sense of safety. In China, government spend heavily on public spaces. There are beautiful parks, wide walkways, and green space that make easy to live healthier. When I moved to China, one of the most striking differences was the level of personal freedom I felt. What's other thought about my career, my personal life? Here I felt the pace of life is different, more relaxed and less judgmental. Chinese society may have its own expectations, but there's more space here for individuality. People here are more focused on their own life, working hard, pursuing their own career, and living in the moment. India is a country of deep tradition and strong social bond. Family, religion, and culture are at the core of everything. Growing up, I always felt a sense of community, but with that sense of community came pressure. Pressure to conform to certain expectation, to follow a set path in life. The concept of success often comes with predefined template. Get a good job, get married, buy home. While there's nothing wrong with these values, there's always a sense that others are watching and judging your life decisions. Social approval often becomes a big part of your life. You feel like you are living up on others' expectations. In China, I found that the social life is more fluid. Friendships are less about obligation and more about shared interests. People here from social circles based on common hobbies, career goals, or just mutual respect. There's a less of constant pressure to meet certain expectations, and there is more room to live your life for yourself. You can choose your community based on your own passion. For example, I found a group of people who shared my interest in technology, business. I felt like I could truly be myself. One thing that made me feel secure in China was safety. Whether it was walking at home late night, taking public pass, or taking public transport, China is very safe, especially in major cities. The sense of order, they have security cameras almost everywhere, and the police are highly visible. It's very rare to feel unsafe. The low crime rate combined with strong sense of law and order made me feel much more safer walking around the city. I really noticed about China was the stability of social support, whether it's healthcare, transportation, or social welfare programs. The government government here invests in making life easier for its people. In cities like Shanghai, public services are seamless, healthcare is efficient, and the level of public safety is high. I never felt that I was at risk of falling through cracks. That's something that brought me a sense of security and peace of mind in the way I had never experienced before. If you have ever wondered how this social factor can change your life, I hope this gives you some insights. For me, the decision to move China was not just about a new career, a new adventure. It was about creating better, safer, and more enjoyable daily life. It was also about the quality of life, the level of civic responsibility, cleanliness, safety. Here in China made me realize how much those factors impact the way we live. It's easy to overlook those aspects until you experience a place where they are well managed. China is just a country of present, it's a country of future. Everywhere you look, there's an innovation, new technologies. What does China have that India does not? It's not just about the infrastructure or job opportunities, it's about the mindset. China offers the kind of environment where you can see the immediate result from your work and creativity, where things move quickly, where you are constantly pushed to grow. But India will always be my home, and it will forever be a part of who I am. I am grateful for the opportunity I had there, but I also know that China is where I needed to be at this point in my life. So, would you say it was easy, but it was worth it? Absolutely. The decision to leave India for China has opened the door I never thought possible, and it's taught me one very important thing. You never know what you are capable of until you take a leap. I'm still on this journey, but every day I'm thankful for the decision to move abroad. India will always home to me, but China has become my second home, where I am constantly growing, learning, and challenging myself. I have also learned that no matter where you are in the world, you carry a piece of your home with you, and that's what makes us adaptable. Whether you are in India or in China, the lessons we learn are universal, but being in a completely different culture has taught me to appreciate the nuance of both my Indian roots and the new world I am discovering here in China. Change is tough, but sometimes it's exactly what you need to take your life to the next level. Wherever you go, I wish you all the best on your journey. If you are someone who are thinking to making big move like this, my advice is don't wait for everything to be perfect. It's all part of the journey. Anyway, that's my story. If you are thinking moving abroad or you have already taken similar decision, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And if you like this video, please share with your friends and family. I will see you in the next video with another good topic. Till then, bye bye.